Welcome to today's video. I'm Ludovic of Zen Soundproof, and today we're going to do our best to answer the question, do quiet hairdryers exist? So I went on Amazon and I scored all the models I could find, and I ended up buying the 4 models with the best noise level rating. So we'll go ahead and see if they're as quiet as advertised. So this video is not sponsored and I purchased everything by myself. So I have a noise meter here, and we will go do some basic testing like comparing their build quality, noise level, wind speed, temperature, and weight. So watch the video until the end because I will uncover actually a model different from the 4 models I purchased and that actually outperforms the models from Amazon. So make sure to check that out and let's jump into it. Our first model is the Xpoliman. It is priced at $32. It comes with 3 attachments. You have a concentrator nozzle, a brush type, and a diffuser. It's fitted like a sleeve. As you can see, they didn't deburr the edges of the plastic molded parts, and you can see it's a bit rough around the edges. Nothing like sharp cutting, but yeah, it really feels cheap. Now about the build quality itself, in my opinion, it doesn't look very good. It's very plasticky. It feels plasticky. At the back, just like the Jinri, you have a filter that you can remove and clean off any particle obstructing the inlet of the hairdryer. You have like this Tesla symbol here. Now let's move to the switches. The 3 heat settings are here, and the 2 speeds are here. Yeah, so that's it for the Xpoliman. Now let's move to the noise test. The noise measurements have all been done 3 feet away from the sound meter, and it's been registered at both the minimum speed setting of the hairdryer and at its maximum speed setting. At the minimum speed setting, the Xpoliman delivers 69.5 decibel. And at its max speed, it outputs 75 decibel. So because you don't just want the quietest hairdryer, you want a hairdryer that's quiet and that dries efficiently. So I've also went ahead and measured the airflow speed and the temperature 1 feet away from the hairdryer. Xpoliman weighs around 1.1 pound, which corresponds to around 510 grams. So I've also measured the power consumption. So from the outlet, it consumes around 1100 watts. Up next, we have the Jinri, which comes a bit more expensive at $46. The Jinri Pari Professional has 3 attachments. So the first one is brush style attachment. Then you have the concentrator nozzle, and the last one is the diffuser nozzle. They are kind of difficult to fit. You can see it's not even well fitted right now. Here you go. So they are quite tight, difficult to move around. So if you want to adjust the angle, it's a bit difficult. In terms of finish, it has this matte texture, which is great because the hairdryer doesn't feel plasticky, unlike other models that we will see later on. You can unscrew the back and you can remove any particle and dust. Let's look at the different speed and heat settings. You have 3 switches. One is the cool shock. The second one controls the heat settings, and the last one controls the speed. You only have 2 speeds, low and high. Let's have a listen to how it sounds. So as you can see, when you turn it on, you have like this red light shining. So it's not the heating element. It's like an LED or something. So now let's jump to the noise measurement. So like previously, all the recordings have been done 3 feet away from the noise meter, and at the minimum speed setting, we recorded 68 decibel. And at the maximum speed setting, 76 decibel. We want to know if it's both quiet and drying efficiently, so we've went ahead and recorded the airflow speed. In terms of weight and handleability, the Jinri hairdryer weighs just under a pound. That makes it feel lighter than the Xpoliman, and in terms of power, it consumes around 1300 watts from the wall outlet. Moving on to the Siyoo, it's priced at $40, and this hairdryer represents a significant step up in build quality from the previous two models. So it's the Siyoo, I don't know exactly how you pronounce it, but it's my favorite because it's not only kind of lightweight, but it's like I like the control. But first, let's look at the attachments. So you only have two types of attachment, a nozzle and a diffuser. They all both snap very similarly to the Chignon hairdryer. So angle adjustment is very easy, and yeah, there's nothing much else to say. The quality is very nice. You can see that the finish, no deburring issues. The hairdryer itself also feels very premium. On the back, you have a filter that you can unscrew, so you can clean all the debris. And about the controls, you can see that you have a knob here, control the speed. So instead of having just 2 speeds, you have an infinite possibilities of speed setting, and you have 2 heat levels. You can monitor your speed through those LEDs. Now let's jump to noise measurements. On the minimum setting, the Siyoo outputs 69 decibels. On the max setting, it records 74 decibels. On the minimum setting, the Siyoo outputs an airflow speed of 10 meters per second, which is very average, but it does rise at good temperatures of 38 degrees C. On the max setting, it records a wind speed of 12.5 meters per second and temperature neighboring 38 degrees C. As far as maneuverability goes, the hairdryer weighs just over 3/4 of a pound, so it's significantly lighter, and for power consumption, it draws around 1170 watts from the wall outlet. Lastly, we have the Chignon. It's the priciest model of our list at $130. It's a big step up in terms of quality compared to the previous model. It comes with 2 attachments, so it's a bit of a shame. It doesn't come with diffuser nor a brush, but instead you have 2 kind of good quality nozzles. They have different width, as you can see, and they fit with those magnets on the side. So it's very easy to adjust the angle. In terms of cleaning, you can have access to the filter in the handle, exactly like Dyson models. So you just have to put your fingers inside and you can unsnap the magnets that you can see here and here. If you're a bit curious, you can see inside. This is the air intake. So once you're done cleaning, you feed this back. Next up are the switches to control the hairdryer. So you have 3 switches. One is the power on, and the 2 others control the speed and the heat level. So I will just turn on the hairdryer right now, and you will see blue LEDs here and red LEDs here. Those here control the speed, and those here control the heat level. Another thing I really like with this hairdryer is that the nozzle never heat. You know, you must have been in this place, you know, you want to switch the nozzle and it's like burning heat because you just use the hairdryer for several minutes. Now let's jump to noise measurement. The Chignon emits 67 decibels at the minimum speed setting. That makes it the quietest of all the 4 models reviewed so far. At the max speed setting, we also recorded the lowest decibel output at 73. At the minimum speed setting, the airflow speed is insane. We recorded 20 meters per second and a temperature of 34 degrees C. At the max speed setting, even more incredible, airflow speed of 26 meters per second and a normal temperature of 36 degrees C. So when it comes to weight and handleability, the Chignon is as heavy, I would say, as the Xpoliman. It weighs just over a pound and consumes more than all of the 3 other models with a consumption of 1400 watt power draw from the wall. We have all the data. Now let's put everything on chart so that we can compare and see where each model sits. So the Chignon is the quieter at minimum speed setting and at maximum speed setting, but by how much? That's the question, right? All the other models at minimum speed hovers around 69, 68. So yeah, it's better, but not by a lot. But at max speed setting, it's noticeable. It's very noticeable. When I turn on the hairdryer, I can hear it that it's quieter, especially when you compare it to the Jinri. The Chignon is the quietest. Let's have a look at its airflow. Here it's represented at minimum speed and maximum speed, and you can see it's twice more than the Siyoo and the Jinri. The Xpoliman, on the other hand, outputs a respectable 16 and 21 meters per second. That said, it doesn't mean that the Siyoo and the Jinri are not effective at drawing. It just means that you can notice that the airflow is weaker compared to the Chignon, which is more of a premium product. Let's have a quick check on the temperature. Everything is in order here. As you can see, everything hovers around 34, 33, 30, up to 38 degrees. So yeah, you can see the Siyoo and the Xpoliman can rise up quite heavily, but nothing too alarming or damaging for the hair. So now let's jump to the conclusion. The quietest of all is, surprise, surprise, the Chignon. So both at low speed and at max speed, it had a noticeable noise difference, but there's no compromise in terms of drying efficiency because it had twice more airflow than all of the other models, both at low speed and at high speed. So yeah, it justifies its price at $150. It does feel more premium, and both airflow noise, it all wins over all the other models. As promised, here's the quietest model that beats all of the 4 models that we just reviewed. It only outputs 63 decibel and 71 at both low speed and high speed. This is the hairdryer that I've been using for the past 3 years. So as you can see, it's smaller, it's light and portable. It's more of a travel model. So one important note that is low speed, even though it's very quiet, the airflow is average. It's like 8 meters per second. So in comparison, the Jinri and the Siyoo was around 13, 14 meters per second. At high speed, though, no problem. It's on par with all the other models we reviewed. So it registers 13 meters per second. And temperature-wise, there's no problem. It hovers around 36, 37 degrees C. Unexpectedly, this model was the quietest. I already had the quietest model. I didn't need to go on app to buy it. So that's it for today's video. I hope it will help you for your quest to dry your hair more quietly. And I've linked all the models in the description below. I hope you liked this video. If you did, then don't forget to like it, subscribe if you want more of this kind of content. That's it for me for today, and I'll see you in the next one.